Okay, we're good to go.
All righty. Good morning, gentlemen, ladies. We'll
Good morning.
call this morning, everybody. We'll call this October 22nd, 2021, Nicholas County PDB teleconference Zoom meeting to order. First item on the agenda is roll call. Judge Delaney,
Present.
Judge Custer, Mrs. Zachary, Mr. Tedder.
Here.
Miss Sandy Wykins.
Here.
And myself. So we have a quorum, correct, sir?
Yes.
All righty. Next item on the agenda will be the approval of the previous minutes. Do we need a set of minutes for the executive committee as well? Sir?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to do them separately or together?
We should do them separately.
All righty. So we'll start with the regular meeting, the September 24th meeting, and go from there. And Miss Tammy sent you all a corrected version this morning. And actually, it was September 24th. The original went out was October, a typo. And you should have the corrected minutes received this morning, hopefully.
I'd move that we approve the minutes from the September 24th meeting of the Nicholas County PDB.
I'll second.
Motion by Judge Delaney, second by Mr. Tedder. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Now the executive committee meeting action is that the way to word it, Mr. Corky, is the next set of
Yes, that's fine.
okay. I'll make that motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
Second by Judge Delaney. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of the bills. And the way I look at it, it's $527,190.33, sir.
Yes, sir. Does anybody have any questions about? There's not a whole lot of things on it this time. So it's a thinner packet than we've been seeing, which I think might mean we're about to get done.
Real close.
I'd make a motion that we approve the bills. I'm not looking at the total. It was five something.
527,190.33.
So approve the bills of 527,190.33.
Second.
Motion by Judge Delaney, second by Mrs. Wykins. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Proposals and change orders.
Well, we've already dealt with change order 19. That was
Yeah.
discussed at the last meeting and then passed in the executive committee. I haven't talked with Jack or Jeff or Monica or Ian. Ian is, by the way, is a gentleman who's taken over for Josh on the project, but we've got a few little things that are starting to accumulate. There's Ian right there. Hi, Ian.
Hello, Corey.
We'll probably have another change order to catch all some things that I'll be asking them to go ahead and price. A few things that it's normal kind of stuff at the end of a project, but we'll get that together and run that past you soon.
Okay.
I can give you an example. One thing that came up at the progress meeting was toilet paper dispensers, and unless you all don't want them, I can talk with you later, Judge Hamilton, but they're not in the contract.
I understand that you were going to check on that. Yes, sir. That was-
Yeah, and I haven't responded to you specifically on that, but I had a chance to discuss that with Ian the other day. And those are frequently left out because suppliers will normally supply those. So, but we'll need to talk with your maintenance person too and see how he wants to handle that. But it's likely that we'll need to pick something and put those other fixtures in a change order to get them installed.
Okay. Okay.
So there's it's soap dispensers and toilet
Yes,
paper
yeah.
dispensers and hand towel dispensers.
I talked to Mr. Gray yesterday, me and Don did, and that was a couple of things that we discussed. And part of our previous conversation was, did we add that into some of that buffer list and broom list, so on, or was it going to be handled differently? So,
Well, when it comes to the installation, Danny and I were talking about this just last night. We'd like to make sure that it's all professionally installed, especially when it comes to drilling into that tile in the bathroom.
absolutely.
So our thought was if we could get a change order, if Jeff and Jack were open to it and get that covered, that we would go ahead and have them install it instead of leaving that to whoever, like me coming over with my drill and doing it. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and then there's questions about some matching garbage cans on site. Ian told me that there are some matching exterior garbage receptacles that would match the benches. So we need to get prices on that. Then question came up yesterday about some poles. So that's something that may need to go on some camera poles. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. And that list may grow a little bit in the next few days, but that's likely to be a change order coming up.
Okay. So I assume that we're pretty good with that, and we can move on to our RSA update.
Good morning.
Morning.
As usual, no real update from me. Still got quite a bit of money in the bank if you had the last minute change order. Otherwise, like we said before, that'll go towards paying down the debt, paying on some payments for you.
Good deal. Thank you.
Thank you.
A&E update.
All right, good morning, everyone. Well, on our part, we're focused on wrapping up the project. Ian made a field visit this week, began the punch process, and we'll continue to work with Trace Creek on completing the back punch efforts.
And Corky, that list, for everybody's knowledge, the list we generated will go out today.
Okay.
And I do have Lisa pulling together recommendations on those trash receptacles. We should have that out to you today as well.
Thank you.
All righty. C&M update.
Morning, everyone. Just give everybody a quick update where we're at in the project. Here on site with Jack, we took a walk around this morning. got contractors working on completing, finishing up our punch. I know architect and engineer will hear Wednesday to start their process. Like Ian said, we should have that this afternoon. We'll get that pushed out to our contractors, have them get started on those items. From the previous meeting, we've had a little bit of delay with our stone and decorative fencing. Stone was supposed to be here last Friday. We received a notification about the middle of the day on Friday, and I was asking where it was at. They notified us that it'll be here the first week of November with the decorative fencing. We're going to go ahead and complete the rest of the landscaping next week, get the remaining of the sod put down, get the mulch finished. Talking with Jack and the contractors on site, we're looking at probably being hopefully complete with all items inside, with the exception of some AOC security items that we're working out with their security teams on site. Some additional wire needing pulled and stuff of that nature in the next couple of weeks. So we're hoping to get final cleaning done, hopefully probably 3 weeks out on final cleaning. That's with the, back punch from the architect and stuff. So very happy with the progress. I know we've dealt with a lot here recently with material delays and stuff, and we're still pushing our contractors to get that material on site to get the work completed. I still feel very comfortable that the work will be complete before the opening on December 6th. The stone delivery, they told us they are very almost sure that it should be here the first week of November. So that's where we're at. Jack, anything like that?
No, just on the stone and the fence, like we said, we talked about that the last time. They give us dates, but they give us things to get us out of their hair, so to speak. So I don't trust anything they tell us, but right now what they told us was November 5th on the stone and November 1st on the fence. So that's where we're at on those two items. We're still working on our punch that I made and Jeff and I worked on. So I'm going to try to schedule a CO for November 1st. And as long as I can get my final on my electrical, that's all I like. I should be able to get my CO. Like I said, we've got a punch coming from Brandstetter Carroll. So once I get that, then that'll kind of let me know where Brandstetter or where Babcon stands on the electrical, and where Davidson Floman is on the mechanical option. So once we get those, like Jeff said, we'll work through those. We'll push our way through it as hard as we can. So I'm still looking to be done here, other than the items that's left on the outside, by the 4th of November, if I can. So that's where we're at with everything.
Let me ask you a couple questions, Jack.
Okay.
We had wanted to be able to open to the public on that week of December 6th.
Yeah.
We haven't set a specific day, but we need to start moving in that previous Monday on November 29th.
Yes.
That still feel good to you?
Yes, I feel comfortable with that. I don't see no reason why we won't be there.
Okay.
I'll be talking to my building inspector sometime this afternoon or Monday morning. Of course, she's fairly new, so a lot of times we have to go back to Ron Hampton on some things, but I'll be talking to her to make sure that we can get our CO, and I know she's already got all the paperwork for all the other items except for the electrical. So as long as I can get Babcon where they need to be so we can get a final on that, I don't have a problem with that. And the final cleaning and the punch, I don't feel we have a problem with that. I feel like that'll be done within the next 2 weeks. So I know it's been tight. We've been through a lot of stuff here, but I feel like we'll be okay. So I don't see any reason why you can't move in on the 29th or start moving your stuff.
Okay,
I don't see no reason to change the dates.
good. All right.
All righty then. Any, I guess the next time on the agenda is set the next meeting date. And I noticed on the calendar, that's the 26th, which is kind of in that Thanksgiving weekend mode. Is that, would you prefer doing it a week before, week after, or leave it where as is? I think, pretty sure that's that Friday is the courthouse will be closed that Thursday, Friday for the holiday. I mean, it's not that we can't meet. I'm just mentioning that. I don't know everybody else's schedule.
Hey, Judge.
I'd rather reschedule it if we could. Just, I usually have some family come in that time, but I can work around it if anybody else wants to do it then.
I just thought it might have been behooved just to move it, before or after, but that's just my thought. I'm fine with whatever
Yeah.
the group wants.
We can move it up a week.
Judge Hamilton, this is Ian with Branch Carroll.
Yes, sir.
We think since you all are looking for a move-in at the end of November, like on that 28th, 29th deal, that it probably ought to move up to the 19th, just so there's no surprises.
Okay.
I agree. That's a good idea.
Yeah, we were comfortable. Me and Tammy talked about it this morning. She brought it to my attention, and we discussed it. And I'm good either or. So that's fine with me to set it up for the November the 19th, that Friday at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, it works for us.
Okay.
So let's clarify too, whether we're going to meet in person or together. I'd still like to get that group meeting in that was suggested at one point. We'd have to meet in your conference room there, Judge, in case any public wanted to show up. But we want to meet in person and then go down there for a last minute tour.
Sure, I'm fine with that.
Is there still interest in doing that, even though we haven't been making that happen?
I'm flexible either way. It's whatever. Judge Delaney and Eric and Sandy, I mean, I know your all schedules or court schedules or whatever. I mean, I'll let you all speak on that.
Either way is fine with me. I've got court scheduled that day, but most of those things get worked out, so I can do Zoom or in person, assuming I'm not in court.
We're fine to be in person.
Let's try and do that. We'll do a last minute walkthrough and everybody can go through and see it. It should look really, really nice at that point, but that'll give people a chance to ask questions and point at stuff.
All right. That'll work.
But nobody can change their mind on paint color or wood stain or stuff like that, okay?
No, sounds like a winner.
Not if it's going to delay us moving in.
So with that being said, I guess the only other thing is a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Tedder,
I'll second.
second by Mrs. Wakins. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Y'all have a lovely weekend.
Thanks
You
to you too.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, Corky, you can holler at me whenever and we'll figure out some things or whatever we need to do on our end.
Sure, okay.
All righty.
Hey, oh, and one more thing. Let me turn the live thing off here.